Jack Curry, I am Chris here. And after that offensive explosion by the Yankees on Friday night, the 11 runs, the 15 hits, the last 2 days, they were just out-dueled by a couple of great pitchers, and that leads us to your Hyundai opening comment.
Well, let's just say this. I don't think that they were out-dueled and their bats just didn't go to sleep a couple of days ago. They were getting no hit until the 7th inning against the Seattle Mariners until they had that epic comeback. And you guys got to remember the month of June and July that the Yankees have had so far. So in my eyes, this was a must-win series going into the All-Star break.
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk. The Sports Nuts.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show, Yankees post-game report, Star break. Because when they get back from the All-Star break, they have it in Atlanta and then a 3-game set in Toronto against the Blue Jays. So they could have made up some ground against the Toronto Blue Jays team that did lose today. So every game is crucial. So I don't want to hear about that. It seems like I was in the stadium yesterday. That team was sleepwalking yesterday. Max Fried should be able to have days where he allows 4 runs and the rest of the team picks up the slack. Max Fried cannot be perfect every time, and he cannot sustain this throughout the whole season. So the Yankees, who do not manufacture runs, and that's a big problem with this team, especially when you run into good pitching like the Cubs and the Seattle Mariners over the last 2 series, you need to manufacture runs, hit and run, sacrifice flies, play small ball, but it seems like this Yankees team is incapable of manufacturing runs, and we'll get into that, but back to the highlights for now.
Chris, before Saturday's game, we talked about how the Yankees have been one of the best teams in the major leagues against left-handed pitching, but across the last 2 days, it was the Cubs' lefty pitchers who dominated the Yankees. Today, it was Imanaga. 7 nifty innings. He only gave up the 1 home run to Stanton. When you add what he and Boyd did on Saturday and Sunday, the Yankees against those 2 lefty starters, 1 run scored in 15 innings. And how listless was the offense today, Chris? If you pitch a perfect game, you face 27 batters. The Cubs pitchers faced 28 batters today. It was the Stanton home run, and then it was a Wells single, and he was immediately erased by a double play. So the Yankees hung in there behind Will Warren. Hamilton gave up the 2-run homer to Dansby Swanson. And once that occurred,
Ian Hamilton needs to go. The guy is completely lost. That's 2 days in a row. Him and Jonathan Loáisiga are the biggest problems in the bullpen right now. But since Mark Leiter Jr. went down, the Yankees are thin in the bullpen. And that's why I think you're going to see some moves when the All-Star break happens. But Aaron Judge was the only one playing in these last few games. It seemed like this whole team wanted the All-Star break to happen in the last 2 games. I don't know if body language says anything, and your team always looks terrible when it runs into a good pitcher. But guess what, guys? I can tell body language was in the stadium on Saturday. They just didn't have that same energy that they had, and maybe they were just getting like kids towards Christmas break. But the Yankees don't have that luxury. They're a second-place team, and they're lucky to be a second-place team. And they cannot leave games on the table, especially against the Chicago Cubs at home when people are dying for wins, especially after one of the best comebacks of the year so far. And just to give you a little note, Max Fried did leave the game on Saturday early with blisters on his hand. So that definitely leaves him in question for the All-Star game. And I have to admit, I do not care about the All-Star game at all. I don't want a single Yankee to play in any of the games because now the games aren't even the same. Now they're bringing in the robo-umps for the All-Star game, and they're making it a gimmicky, cliche bullshit thing that NFL has done with flag football and the NHL. They're suspending their NHL. I don't even know what they're doing for the All-Star game this year with the Olympics coming up. But this is what they do. Every single sports franchise has ruined the All-Star game for Major League Baseball, for the NBA. So this is what we're left with, an empty carcass. So it doesn't matter. Am I thrilled with Jazz Chisholm going into the home run derby when I think that he shouldn't even be a an all-star to begin with. And second of all, it's been notorious to blow guys' swings up when he's been playing lights out with the second OPS in baseball over the last 42 games. I'm not thrilled to see Jazz try to calibrate his swing to hit home runs in Atlanta Stadium, which is a big stadium. So when he gets back, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So I just also want to let you guys know that we're going to be breaking down, we're going to have a mid-season report with the Yankees. We're going to be giving them grades. We're going to be breaking it down player by player. And I really wanted to thank you guys real quick for supporting this Yankees post-game show on Instagram. That's New York Minute. NEWYRKMIN, and right here on YouTube, that's New York Minute Sports. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let's hear from Will Warren. I love Will Warren. Let's hear from him.
No, I didn't think my stuff was as sharp today as it has been, but battle through.
He looks and sounds like Mickey Mantle. Listen to him speak.
Let the defense work behind me, and just trying to grit through as long as I can.
Within that battle, what do you felt worked for you with runners on base?
Yeah, normally the sinker's going to put them on the ground, weak contact, so kind of leaned heavily on that.
Real quick, Luis Gil won Rookie of the Year last year, pitcher, and now Will Warren, top 3 amongst AL rookies in pitching, is going to be a candidate for Rookie of the Year. That's Brian Cashman right there, guys. For a guy that doesn't produce any pitching, I got to give him props on this one. I can't shit on him and Boone all the time. But this is a guy he's producing, and he's producing arms. I mean, look at Schlittler. I mean, that's a really let's get ahead of ourselves call right there. But Schlittler, fucking that name's going to kill me. But Schlittler looks like the real deal. Just from a stuff-wise, you can tell the guys that they used to bring in and stuff like that, you can just tell from a stuff-wise body language appearance that they weren't the guys. These guys, they look like the real deal. Big guys with nasty stuff. There you go. There's Luis Gil. Let's go to Luis Somerset. All right. Let's go to Luis Gil. Rehab start. Look at that.
Another fastball. He throws the slider right there to freeze the batter. Top of the third. Comes back.
Real quick. Luis Gil, in the first half of last year, went to the All-Star game. He was Rookie of the Year last year, ran out of gas because he never had a full season. This year, we could have, knock on wood, the first half of last year, Luis Gil, in the second half of this year going into the playoffs. That is a dangerous idea for the rest of Major League Baseball, and it's great for the New York Yankee fans like me because this guy has all the stuff, all the talent in the world, just needs to stay healthy, and it seems like he can stay healthy for a full half.
Later, it's the fastball in the upper third of the zone. You're going to see that slider be taken out of the ballpark.
He reminds me a lot, Luis Gil, of Luis Severino. Got the same mentality, got the same kind of stuff. I think he's a little bit better than Luis Severino with more upside. And remember, Luis Severino started an all-star game. So let's hear from Max Fried about the injury.
Yeah, I saw that today. Basically, it was kind of just told that it was, I was in consideration to start the game, and had kind of heard from, just heard that from this person to that person to the next of what he, had said or conveyed or whatever it is. And
all right, enough of that. His voice. I can't listen to that. Let's see what the Anthony Volpe.
He got ahead of us. His fastball had pretty good life, and then I think that changeup or split blended pretty well. He tunneled it pretty well.
That playing the eighth, do you feel like you should have been more aggressive upon a second look with the bounces?
Yeah.
What does this team need to do to improve the second half, do you think?
I think there's a lot of things. I think, I think everyone's confident in each other.
I don't mean to get on this kid's case, but Anthony Volpe does an interview like Mark Zuckerberg. Has this kid been taught how to speak to the press by the Yankee brass? Because, I mean, every single interview that he has is painful, and it's pulling teeth. Like, when they looked at this guy being the future star of the Yankees, like you look at Derek Jeter, you knew that he could do an interview. You look at Lombard Jr., who just teared it up in the Futures game, can do an interview, charm the pants off of you. This is not a good look, man. And I know you're not paid to do interviews as a baseball player, and I don't want to opine on this kid. But bro, you do not make it easy on yourself in any aspect of the goddamn game, bro. It's like a lack of this interview is just
because you got to prove in a lot of areas, and everything's in front of us. So we do those things. We keep working, keep doing the stuff we do. We can take everything we want to do.
How would you assess your defense the last couple of weeks and over the first half here?
Same thing. I think that's definitely an area where I can be better. I expect to be better. And
all right. I can't with that. Let's see what well, we got monotone man. Let's see excuses man.
What improvements do you want to see from this team?
Yeah. Look, I think there's across the board improvements to be, we never stop feeling like we can be a little bit better, and that's individually, but certainly as a team as well. Obviously, we've had a little bit of attrition here and gotten a little bit short in the pen, the last few weeks, and that's been a little bit of challenge, especially as we went through a long stretch of a lot of games and whatever it was, 26 out of 27, where kind of playing catch up with the pen a lot. And then a couple key guys down. So got to make sure we shore that up and continue to get guys in good.
Remember I was talking about the reverberations from the Dodger series? That's exactly what he's talking about. This is the thing about baseball. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And when you get into a rough weekend and where you burn a bullpen out and you're getting 12 runs put against you when you have positional players pitching, it's just not that game. It's the reverberations, and it has an echo effect throughout the rest of your season because you can never start treading water. You can never get above water, and then they started getting injuries. So I'll be doing a full breakdown of the yearly grades so far. Let's call it the midterm progress report. That's what we're going to be doing, breaking it down right here on New York Minute. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good rolls down there. I feel like we have the makings of a good defensive club, but we got to be tighter in that area too. And then just, you're always fighting for that consistency offensively. I think on balance, we've had an outstanding offense, to this point. But that doesn't mean we can't be better.
Who else? Dan?
On that seventh inning play, the grounder up the middle by Crow Armstrong, anything you would have liked to have seen differently there?
I mean, really, obviously, with him getting down the line, he's got to get it out. So it's a good play to get to it and get the ball in the air. The only thing, maybe Goldie can throw it blindly, but then, he's got to get to the ball, and you want to pick up the runner. You don't want to just toss it if no one.
All right. Well, there you go. He's rambling. So Yankees make it to the All-Star break. Let's take a look at the standings in Major League Baseball. All right, Yankees are 2.5 games out of first place. Now the Red Sox are in third place at 3.5. Tampa Bay Rays have skid after winning like 21 out of 23. They're 2-8. Let me share this with the screen. So there you go. Toronto Blue Jays, first place at the All-Star break, 55-40, 15 games above 500. The Yankees are 10 games above 500 at the All-Star break. That's not good. From where they started to now, look at the Houston Astros doing their thing, 16 games above 500. Seattle Mariners in second, but they'll shit the bed like usual. We got the Philadelphia Phillies in first place, tied with the New York Mets, who have gone 6-4 in their last 10. And we're going to have Mike from Pudgy Boy Sports on the show, and we're going to be talking Mets and Yankees, doing a progress report on that as well. Chicago Cubs in first place, but look at that. Look out now after the stud starting pitcher came by for the Milwaukee Brewers. You know what? I keep hearing about the Brewers every year is that they're in a rebuilding and they're not going to be in contention. And every year they are. The Brewers have become a really, really good franchise, even after they let Stearns leave the franchise. So then we got the Dodgers and the Padres in second place. And you still have the Giants and the Padres with really good winning percentages. And that's going to affect the NL East because you're going to have 3 NL West teams going into the playoffs this year, it looks like. And guess what? Don't look now, but the Miami Marlins in third place in the NL East. And you can look right at Instagram. That's New York Minute. That's NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. And right here, New York Minute Sports. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. And I'm going to be breaking down. We're going to be watching the All-Star game. We're going to be giving midterm progress report grades player by player on the New York Yankees. We're going to be talking what the Yankees need to do at the All-Star break and at the trade deadline to win a World Series. Who are we willing to give up? Who are we not willing to give up? Lombard Jr., Spencer Jones. We're going to be talking about all of them, guys, right here. Do not forget to hit that notification button, that little bell underneath my blabbing mouth. Hit that so you get a notification every time we go live. And remember, it's New York sports for New York nuts. Check you later next time, guys.